Dude, okay, so when I was like, I don't know if I ever told this story before, but when I was like 11 years old, I was in 6th grade. I was 11 years old. That is a camera that is staring at me. Okay, so story time. It's just staring at me. Can I fuck you up? I actually can. Good. Wait, that camera got sad now? Okay, no. I thought that camera just started staring down because it was like, oh, it's gonna kill me if I keep looking at him. So, when I was 11 years old, some people broke into my house. I was still in the house when that happened. I was home alone. So, oh damn it. I'm like, no, this is the bathrooms. Okay, no, so there's only like secrets here. This is the... Can I open this? Oh, god damn it. Okay, so how do I get through? So yeah, people broke into my house when I was 11 years old. I was home alone. It was a rainy morning. Okay, it's this. There we go. There we go. People keep jumping at me and screaming. I'm a very jumpy person, so you don't hear it, but I definitely feel it. I feel the oh fuck. Oh god. Okay. That one didn't really get me. Luckily I can just do that. Luckily I can just fucking battle someone immediately. Thanks to me just learning that you can actually quickfire those. And just invert the takedown. Like this. Bitch. Okay, no, so I actually have to have it be in range. No, fuck you. So what I was going to...
Good evening, residents of
I
Arkham Asylum.
hate that
Some
so
of
much.
our crazier guests have crashed the party early. And when I say crazy, I mean real psycho.
I really want to
Word
tell
of
my
warning,
story.
If anyone sees a dribbling fool barking at the moon, or maybe just purring like a kitten, do your civic duty. Walk up to them, put your arm around them, show them that you care
Where's the botanical garden? Oh, they're far away.
before you wring their necks.
Okay, so... Not this way. I have to go through there.
And then get your lazy ass
Stop
into the garden.
talking!
Putting up a little surprise and don't want to be disturbed. Understand?
So don't want to run into people. But I guess I'll have to. What up? Oh, there's another one. And there's probably someone behind me too, based on what I'm hearing. No? Oh yeah, there he is. Woo! Nice. Bitch. Someone else? He's up there. He's fine. So I was 11 years old. People broke into my house. I was home alone. It was a rainy morning. So I didn't go to school because it was like heavily raining, right? God, if I already told the story in the channel, fuck me. But I guess not everyone watches every playthrough. So I was home alone. It was like 8 in the morning. I was playing Lego Racers on my PC. It was great. I was having a great old time. So then I went to the bathroom. And I heard noises coming from the room immediately next to the bathroom. And I had thought there was someone in the house. Like, because I convinced my mom not to go to school. And then I just went back to sleep. And then I woke up and I played Lego Racers. That was the process of events, right? So I didn't actually know if there was someone still in the house, like sleeping or whatever. I thought it was like either my sister or my dad or whatever, because it was their bedroom. They were next to the bathroom. Okay, so I'm getting a next prompt right now. I have to stop for a second before I can actually realize what the fuck that prompt actual button is. Back to the story. I thought there was someone in the house. And well, there was someone in the house. It just wasn't someone that I knew. So wait, can I not? Okay, that. God damn it. So I heard noises, and I was like, well, it's probably like my sister or my dad. Maybe they dropped something or whatever. They just woke up. And, okay, so that's one guy. And now he's fucked. But then I heard, like, glass shattering. Just, like, impactful glass shatter. What the fuck am I hearing? This noise is here too loud. That or there is someone like more closer to me than I thought. Yes. Yes. Fuck you. He would be dead. He might be dead. He's not dead, he's breathing. God damn it. Batman does not kill people. Okay, so that's not the way. It's that way. So, now that Joker shut the fuck up, I heard glass shattering. They fucking broke the window and ended through there, because apparently okay, so the window has like two parts, like the wood bar and the glass bar. The wood bar was not properly closed or whatever, because either my sister or my dad left that like badly closed. They didn't close it properly. So then some burglars saw that, and they just opened that, and then they broke the window, and then they entered the house. This was the room immediately next to the bathroom I was taking a shit on. I was 11 years old. I hear this. My first thought was there was someone in the house, just like my dad or my sister, whatever, who cares. I hear the glass shattering, and then I keep hearing stuff, and I'm like, okay, things might not be what I thought. And then I start hearing like footsteps, like multiple footsteps. Okay, so I want to tell the story, and I'm probably going to walk into something important, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to tell the story real quick. So I start hearing... Fuck you, Kurt. I start hearing multiple footsteps, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to die. Like, I just thought, fuck, I'm going to die? Cool. Because this... Okay, what is the most vulnerable situation you can be in? What is the most vulnerable situation you can be in? Because I was that. So I was an 11-year-old kid. I was home alone. I was in the bathroom. People broke into my house in the room that is immediately next to the one I was in. I'm an 11-year-old kid. Okay? I don't even have a cell phone. Okay, that's gonna come back. So I was just stuck in this fucking bathroom. And it's not like you can lock the bathroom either. We didn't have anything like a key or anything. So I was just sitting there in the bathroom, and I'm just like, if they open this door, I'm dead. If they open this door, I'm fucked. I'm just dead. Maybe not. Maybe there was just a bunch of pussies, but I don't know that. And it was multiple people too. So whatever. The point is, I'm just sitting here in this bathroom, and I just hear multiple people just walking around the house, and they start talking. Nothing like clear that I can just hear and tell the police or whatever, but they were just like, dude, get that, or dude, get that thing. Oh God, stairs, because they were clearly robbing me. Well, is it God damn it, English language. I don't think it's robbing if I'm not part of the action. If I'm not involved, I guess it's not really robbing. They were stealing from my house. So whatever they could get their hands on, they fucking stole. And so they fucking swept my house, like the bottom floor and the top floor, just everything, whatever they could get, fucking gone. That included my cell phone. It was my first cell phone I ever had. because I was 11 years old. It took a while until I could actually get a cell phone, but eventually they bought me a cell phone. It was a dumb flip phone. I had dumb Dragon Ball Z music in it. I was happy with it, but it was my first cell phone. I only had it for like a month, so it was the first time that I had a cell phone, so I wasn't used to it, to having with me in case of emergencies, right? I wasn't used to having it with me, so I didn't. And I'm stuck in this bathroom. I can't call anyone because I don't have my dumb phone with me because I'm a dumb kid. So, by the way, right now that I'm like half through the story, I don't actually remember what the point of this was related to Batman. But fuck it, I'm gonna keep telling it anyway. So, I just sit there in this bathroom waiting for the noises to stop at some point. So, eventually they stop. I don't know how long this took because I don't know what the passage of time actually was. So I would like to say like 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes of just me shitting. Okay, I wanted to say sitting, but saying shitting is actually not wrong. But just me sitting in this bathroom, waiting for people to leave. The moment they leave, what I thought they left, because I stopped hearing noises after like 20 minutes, and I didn't want to open the door. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna wait to see if I hear anything for like an extra couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna open the door. I just want to be sure. So I did that, and I opened the door, I leave, and so I immediately noticed that they left because another window is open. Like the living room window, that one is open now. So they left through there. And after that, I have to actually be like, okay, what do I do? I'm 11 years old. Someone broke into my house. Someone stole all my shit. What do I do? I was never in this position before. I don't think any kid should be in this position. So I'm like, okay. My first thought is, okay, I'm gonna go look for my phone. I have to call someone. So I'm gonna go look for my phone, and my phone's not there. They stole my phone. Oh, fucking course they stole my cell phone. Why wouldn't they steal my cell phone? What the fuck am I thinking? So my dumb first cell phone that I was so happy with, that had dumb Dragon Ball Z music in it. Not even like, okay, so it's like Latin American dub versions of intros and endings of Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's the only thing I remember about that phone. And I like that. But it's gone now. So I'm like, fuck. What do I do now? So I went to the main phone, like the house phone. You know, those nobody uses anymore. Those. But back then we were like really poor. So we couldn't really use that phone to call cell phones. We could only use that to call other phones. So I'm like, fuck. And I didn't even know that, like, the number for like police or like whatever. Because I think back then it was like a weird number that you had to use. Now I think it's just 911. You know, like as it should be, just 911. Sorry, I said 911, but I guess it's not incorrect. But back then I just didn't know what to do. So the only house number that I knew back then was my grandmother's. So me, 11-year-old kid, I call my grandma and I'm like, hey grandma, what's up? People broke into my house. Can you please call my mom? Or anyone? Or the police, basically? Can you please call the police for me? Into my house because people broke in. I almost gave my fucking grandma a heart attack. But okay, to be fair, I was like, I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm fine. But please call people in. And my grandma's, okay. And I'm like, fuck. So, okay, I'm like, all right. Okay, grandma called, and grandma called means police called, and everyone else also called. What do you do immediately afterwards? After being like, all right, I have called the authorities. What do you do immediately afterwards? Well, if you're an 11-year-old, very impressionable, dumb kid who may or may not be watching a ton of garbage and also playing even more garbage, what you do is you go to the kitchen. All right, you go to the kitchen and you grab the three biggest knives you can actually find. Those knives that you use to like chop meat because they're super huge. You grab those three knives and you walk out of your house. I think also through the window that they broke out in. So picture this. Picture an 11-year-old kid with a random just t-shirt and shorts, barefoot, walking outside into the heavy rain, walking through the mud with three big ass knives. And so you see like a group of people like leaving through like the street or whatever, and I'm like, it's them. I'm immediately like, it's them. Those were the guys. Fuck them. So I start walking in their direction. They're like really far away, to be fair. But I start walking in their direction because fuck it, right? Who cares? And I walk into the... So it's like the guy who is on the lookout for any like weird activity that might happen in the neighborhood. It's like some guy on a bicycle. That's all he is. If he sees anything, he should be calling the police. That's all his job is. So the guy is just like showing up in his bike, and he sees this 11-year-old barefoot, covered in rain and mud kid with three big knives, one in each hand, one in his pocket. I want to say one of them was in my mouth, but I don't think I knew what one piece was back at the time. So I'm just walking with this big ass knives, just really fucked up. And this guy in the lookout for weird shit just goes, whoa, hey, hang out, just drop the nut. And I'm like, no, it's, I keep pointing at the guys who I thought were the guys who broke into my house, but I don't actually want to say anything or scream or whatever, because, well, I don't want to freak them out, but at the same time, I don't want them to hear me. So I keep pointing at them, and I think I was pointing with the knife too. And the dude is just like, dude, chill down, calm down, drop the knives. And I'm like, okay, fine. I just dropped the knives, and I'm like, dude, people broke into my house. And I point at it because it was like right in front of my house. I was just like a couple meters away from it. I was like, dude, there, that's my house. And I think those guys broke in it. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever, fine, just let's go. So we went back to my house, and he's just there. So yeah, the guy just stayed there with me, and I'm just like, yeah, like at this point there's not much to lose. You can't really steal anything. They stole everything. Well, they didn't even steal big stuff like the TV. They wouldn't be able to steal the TV, but they did steal like my cell phone and like clothes and whatever the fuck they could find. They actually stole my dad's camera. So my dad was a cameraman. He still is a cameraman. So still, he has this big ass, he had, but I guess he has a new one now, like a big ass camera, those that you use in like studios and whatever, the ones that you have on your shoulder, and then eventually they fuck you up from life. Yeah, one of those. He had one of those that got stolen. So that was by far the biggest loss we had back then. But yeah, the dude stayed, and then like a friend of my sister came by because she lived like a block away. I don't know what the fuck a block is. I'm just saying that because it makes it sound American. But she lived like very close by, and she just like walked up here because, and I found out later, my grandmother called my aunt, and my aunt used her cell phone to message my mom, and then my mom messaged my sister and my dad, and then my sister messaged her friend, and then my friend, my sister's friend dropped by, and she was like, "Is everything fine? What the fuck just happened?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So, God, okay, now that I got to the end of the story, kind of, I don't. Okay, okay. I remember what the fuck the point of this was. The point of this was that the press fucking lies, because it was my first-hand experience with it. Because okay, so the police came, and people came, whatever, everyone came, everyone showed up and was like, "Oh my god, fuck, this kid almost died." And I was like, "Yeah." They also stole my cell phone with cool DVC music. But whatever. The point is, like a day later, or maybe like a couple days later, I don't remember when the fucking timeline at this point, because I don't fucking care. I'm 11 years old. I don't care about that shit. I could Dragon Ball Z and Lego Race. What the fuck am I saying? I cared about Dragon Ball Z and Lego Racers. I didn't care about anything else. But apparently my story showed up in the newspaper later on. Because I'm like the son of, well, like I said, my dad is like a cameraman, but he's actually like a known cameraman in the city, at least in the area, because he also does like camera work for the government and for local TV stations. So he's involved in like, he doesn't want to be involved in politics, but he weirdly is, and is also like involved into like any like media or press or whatever circles those are. So a lot of people know him. Like a lot of people know him. Anytime I go out into the town, into the city, downtown, that's the word, with my dad, we will always walk into like one or two people that are go like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, I have no idea who they are, but they know my dad. So that's the thing. So the press, a newspaper, maybe it was one, maybe it was many, I just heard, like I just knew about one, wrote, "Son of known cameraman or known press person," I don't want to say my dad's name, but yeah, "son of my dad is what was." Okay, how was it worded? It was worded in a way that was like, "A house of known cameraman whatever was broken into. Son was still in the house when this happened. The assaulters like beat the fuck out of the son, and they shoved him into the bathroom, and they stole all that shit, and then they left." And I'm like, okay, half of those facts are right. The half that concern me are not. Okay, I was just playing Lego Racers, taking a shit. Not at the same time, but I was playing Lego Racers, and then taking a shit, and then all that happened, and like they didn't beat me up. Okay, I never even saw their faces. I only heard like back chat of them talking to each other. I don't even remember their voices. Okay, we never had like any direct interaction. I'm hoping they didn't know I was there. Well, if they knew I was there, then they were benevolent that day, because I think I did make like a noise at one point. I made one noise and I was like, I'm dead. I just killed myself right now doing that noise. But no, it's fine. It was fine. I'm alive here. Hi. But the press fucking lies. The press is full of shit, because they were like, yeah, they beat the shit out of this kid. They shoved him into the bathroom. And I'm like, no, that didn't happen. And then like people that went to school with me, they were like, hey, is it true that people beat the shit out of you in your house? And I'm like, no, I was just playing Lego Racers, man. I don't know what. So yes, that's my shit story. Oh god, you tune in for a Let's Play, not for fucking story time about Matt and Lego Racers and GVC and phones, and how he didn't get beaten that day. But yeah, that was the point I was getting at, because the press fucking lies every time. Whenever you hear any piece of news article, ever, any news article, just fucking doubt their veracity. Always. Never believe anything you hear. Ever. Look the facts up yourself. And if you can confirm them by like a reliable source, then go like, oh, okay, maybe. But if you don't, then never assume anything ever. Okay? But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that the media lied that way about me. Because it sounds a lot cooler to say, yeah, I got beat up and I survived, rather than I was playing decorations and taking a shit. And I just hid in the bathroom like a bitch. I mean, it sounds like the smartest thing to do, but it also sounds lame. So yeah, I got beat up. That's my story. Okay, dude, the part with the knives. Okay, so that's the funniest part, and I never told anyone that part because it's not the relevant part. The relevant part is that my house was broken into and I almost encountered death. But the part when I went out with the fucking huge knives at 11 years old, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill them. That part was actually hilarious. And I could have, to be fair, that was a really dumb decision. I could have also died by doing that. Thrown into jail even. I was 11 years old. I wouldn't be thrown into jail. What am I saying? But that's funny. That's really funny. The thing that my controller turned off because I spent so much time talking about that dumb story. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Good. We're good. Okay. Here we are now. Oh, Batman.